Angels live in my town.
So listen the fuck up.
It's crazy.
This sounds like you actually have something to say.
Oh, good for you.
What the fuck is he talking about?
You guys are doing terrific.
This is great iced tea.
I think every American should be watching this.
All right, what's up, Mike?
How's it going, my man?
Good.
Back at it?
Back another show.
1, 2, 3, 4. Who gives a fuck?
Cinco. Oh yeah, whatever. Whatever. Loving it. Love. You know what? I got it. I want to stop saying us. There's one thing that annoys me when I listen back to the shows.
Back to the shows?
I always hear myself say annoying. I gotta be a better broadcaster.
Is it like Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah. I sound like a dope.
Classic. Hey, those guys were cool, bro.
I like Beavis and Butthead. That's a great story about how Mike Judge created that and he made no money. They ripped him off.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
He was on Stern and he talked about the whole thing. And he took him forever to try and get paid because he refused to do the voices and they tried to do it with other guys and it didn't work. And so they had to
if
pay
they
him.
want to do it now, I'm available.
You think you can fill in for Mike Judge?
I could try.
Let's hear. Let's do it. It's not bad.
I'm Cornholio.
It's not bad.
I am Cornholio.
Come on, Beavis.
I've been practicing.
Shut up, Beavis.
Shut up, Beavis. Yeah. We'll do your wife.
No.
Such a good show.
Yeah.
It's funny we're talking about TV stuff. We'll be getting into that in a little bit, and then our show rundown.
Oh yeah, our favorite shows that we want to bring back because
There was a spark with the
Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
You want to do that first, or you want to get through this lotto?
No, I want to do the lotto story quick
Because
I think this is a quick
funny.
one.
It's funny. Okay, so we've got this lotto story. I'm just going to read here from
So this
CTV News.
This lady won the lottery. She won $1 million. She lives in Thorold.
Yeah, it says Ontario retiree has won the lottery after playing with her numbers that she came to her in a dream. So basically, she played these lotto numbers that she had in a dream. She, I don't know, played them for a while. It doesn't say the amount, how long she played these numbers.
Right.
But she had them in a dream. She won.
But it wasn't like she had the dream, played the numbers, and won.
No. It sounds like, it says here the 64-year-old said she had been playing the same numbers ever since they came to her in a dream. It doesn't say how long.
Yeah.
But it says she played them. She's a local from the Niagara region, Thorold, Ontario.
Does it say what she does for a living?
Retiree. How do you say that? Retiree. That's it. Thank you. She's a retiree. So that means she's got to be in her 60s, right? You would think, unless she's had good luck and able to retire earlier.
She looks pretty good for her age.
Well, the mask hides quite a bit, but
That's
I mean,
true.
I don't know. She looks like a pretty lady.
Piercing blue eyes.
Yeah.
She looks like the type of lady that would say something like this, though.
So let me get this straight. So you're saying people that win the lottery, they come up with like stories? Is that what we're gonna?
Well, I'm saying like if I won the lottery, that's exactly what I would do. I would tell people, I'm like, Jesus came to me in a dream and he gave me the numbers to win the lottery, just to fuck with people, just to fuck with their heads.
Then you think people get crazier and start thinking of more schemes to buy more lottery tickets? Actually, you should do that. Maybe the lottery pushes
it'll just
people to say
drive
that.
them nuts. It'll be like, oh my God. Or he's got some magic that I don't have.
Oh my God,
know?
this Kraft dinner box, that 0 is smudged.
Right.
I think this is the number.
Right. You could come up with any
barcodes. They're starting to play. People are starting to play barcodes.
The bus driver told me these numbers. I was on a bus and he just gave me these numbers and I played them and they won. It could be any crazy story you want. But I'm thinking like this woman, that might be true, but I don't know. Like, how many times do you remember a series of 7 numbers in a dream?
How often do you remember dreams?
Right. I mean, and that's very specific. 7 specific numbers. I mean, I don't know. I think this is a made-up dream because I think she wants people to believe that she's clairvoyant. Because she looks like that. She looks like a woo-woo kind of that new age spirituality hippie chick.
Like a gypsy?
Kinda.
Do not fear me, Gypsy. All I want from you is your tears. Please give them to me or I will take them.
I'm not a gypsy.
Yeah. Like a new age spirituality, like, with the chakras and the, and the gemstones. Like she's probably got those, those healing stones.
Yeah.
The crystals. She's probably all into that shit. And then she's like, yeah, I dreamt the numbers. I'm a clairvoyant. I got special abilities.
You will sell me your stuff, Gypsy.
Yeah. I read this comic book, and then just these numbers just popped out on me.
Jesus.
And I played them, and I'm a millionaire now.
That's hilarious.
Oh.
Anyways, well, she's from Thorold. She bought the ticket to Port Colborne. She won $1 million playing.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's awesome. That's $1 million in this area.
It helps.
That almost buys you a house.
Nowadays, yeah. It helps, though. It helps.
It definitely helps. I mean,
if you're 60, I'm hoping at that point, I'm assuming you're a retiree.
That's $1 million cash, tax-free, homie. Like, you can take that.
I mean, that's at her point. She should be comfortable already at her age.
Right. And I mean, if you're a retiree, you got nothing tying you down, go to a country where $1 million, you could live the rest of your life like a king.
I think later on this article,
That's
she
what I
said
would
she
do.
was going to use it to travel with her grandkids, which is nice.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. Good for you. Congratulations, Deborah Rose.
Deborah R. of Thorold. Deborah
Thorold.
Rose.
Congratulations.
Way to go.
All right. Well, let's go next on the recap here. What do we got here? We found something interesting because we're both basically grew up in the 90s, 80s babies, grew up in the 90s.
The golden era of television, my opinion, the 90s. The golden era.
Well, I mean, I feel like the golden era has happened like the last few, after Sopranos, and then it rolled in. There was so much good TV. You're saying regular like NBC, ABC, that kind of TV.
I'm saying there was so much good TV on television at that time.
Like regular cable, not premium. Like premium cable
premium
is now
cable
the severe.
hadn't existed yet, and the level that we've seen with like Breaking Bad, shows like Breaking
That's
Bad
insane.
and Game of Thrones
Yeah.
and Sopranos. Those could only be done by those major cable networks that were making those shows like films.
Swearing and yes, exactly.
Yeah, but my point is, and I agree with that. That was a really good era for television, but that's kind of more bled into this new on-demand sort of service.
All this streaming bullshit.
And all the shows are that like edgy, and they're like that now. Everything's like that.
They're like real films, Jack.
But back then, when you had to program a network and you had certain shows that were, you did pilots, and then some got picked up because based on ratings, and some didn't. It's a different model than it is now, and there was just so much good shows. There was so many good shows in that time. Like, to me, the sitcom's dead now. There's no good sitcoms anymore.
I don't watch regular cable anymore. I am a premium stream junkie.
Right.
Like most people.
And there's a few cartoons that I would watch now that I think are pretty good, but they're not The Simpsons. Simpsons came out in the 90s.
Let's not act like they're dead.
Simpsons should have stopped running. That's one of those things that I was like,
It's debatable.
It would have been so good if they had stopped running The Simpsons maybe 15 years ago and then brought it back now with like a refresh.
Okay, that's what we're getting into here. So what sparked this conversation between me and Mike was that we thought we would want to bring to our listeners' attention. So it says here that the beloved cast of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air are coming back together for a one-time reunion special to celebrate 30 years of their 30-year anniversary. Now, this will be streaming on
Right.
HBO Max. They already started filming in September.
That's a weird platform for Fresh Prince. It's a very
It's a one-off. I think it's just a reunion show, and then it will air at the end of November. I don't even think it's a full season, by the way I read
Is
this.
it going to be filmed the same like sitcom fourth wall style, or is it like HBO style, like Curb?
I
like
think this is
documentary style.
going to stay true to
the original
roots.
show.
Yeah,
They're going to rebuild that set.
that's what it sounds like. Yes, and I think they're even trying to get the original Aunt Vivian because I know there was two of them.
There was.
But the original one left because she didn't get along with Will and some of the cast members.
I think it was contract. I think it was money.
You think it was money? Well,
I think it was money because I think Will Smith ended up getting
Why
way
was
more
talking
money.
about Will Smith? Yeah.
I don't know. He is on the show. He's been on the show a lot. It is true.
I think we got a Will Smith fetish.
I'm not even that big of a fan of
You're
Will.
full of shit. I remember you telling me Wild Wild West was the bomb, yo.
Oh, that is one of the worst movies ever made. It's got a giant spider in it, though.
I've never seen it. Nor do I want to.
Kevin Smith's got a funny story about that, where the guy who produced that movie, he hired Kevin Smith to write the Superman movie, and he told Kevin Smith, he goes, "I don't care what else you do," and he goes, "I just want a giant spider in the movie."
Oh yeah. I've heard this before too.
And Kevin Smith's like, "Okay,"
And he just threw it in there.
and he threw in this like random giant spider. And then that film never got made, but then the guy made Wild Wild West, and then sure enough, it featured a giant spider. It was like, this guy was like, he just needed a giant spider in a movie.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, they're bringing this back, and that's interesting. No Uncle Phil, so they're gonna have to address that. It's gonna be like probably.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be a hokey, lame reunion show. Like most reunion shows are hokey, lame shows.
I can't even think of a reunion show that I've watched. Now, I've
was
watched
good.
reboots of stuff that I really enjoyed.
What Seinfeld did with Curb was pretty good, though. That was kind of a reunion show. How they went on to Curb
Yeah, but it really
to do a
wasn't
reunion show.
Kind of, yeah. Well, Curb's on another.
But they brought all
level,
the
though.
but they brought all the characters together. Yeah, but
Curb's one of the best comedies on TV, like bar
Yeah,
none.
yeah,
the
yeah.
guy can do whatever he wants.
I know
Larry David's
and
a genius.
But that's why I think Seinfeld ruined all sitcoms. There's no sitcom as good as Seinfeld still to this day.
I literally still watch it late at night if I'm watching
too.
TV and it comes on. I'm like, oh fuck,
And
you
it's
know what's
always
funny?
on.
and it brings me back.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I still love it. It still holds up. It's still hilarious.
It's still very funny.
And then after that, like I just couldn't watch sitcom. Like there's no real good sitcoms that I was into.
But I can remember what rivaled Seinfeld was Friends. I've never seen an episode of Friends in my life. I know all the characters because it was huge. But I've never seen a full episode.
I don't like Friends. I think women love Friends. I know that a lot. A lot of women like Friends.
There's a lot of dudes that like Friends.
A lot of
too.
guys
I
like
think it was a
Friends.
popular
I know,
show.
but I think that there was some episodes that are really funny, and then others that are just like the jokes are just, ugh. It's a kind of ucky kind of. I don't know. It wasn't that great. And then even Seinfeld's last 2 seasons are my favorite.
No,
I think the first
Larry
7
left for a bit, right?
He left
that's
for the
when it
last
got
2.
Kinda bad, yeah.
Well, and Jerry ran the show by himself, and it was a different. You could tell that there was a difference.
It still has its moments, though. It's still not terrible, like
Not
unwatchable.
terrible. Not unwatchable. Not unwatchable.
Because I can watch some and I'm just like, it's still funny.
And then once Larry did Curb, then you could see like, yeah, okay, this guy's a real deal. He didn't need Jerry to do a good show.
No, we all know that Larry was the brains behind the operation, in my opinion. But I mean, I don't know
I mean, that Seinfeld to me is still a better show than Curb, though.
That's crazy in my opinion. But
You don't think so?
I think Curb is much better.
You think Curb's a better show than Seinfeld?
Yeah, I think it's funnier.
Well, I mean, funnier is different. I don't know, man. Seinfeld's just so iconic to me. Those characters, Kramer, George, just
okay,
Elaine,
I
they're
get
just
that.
such good characters.
Sure.
I mean, Funkhauser's a great character. Don't get me wrong.
He's dead now, too.
Yeah, he's gone. JB Smoove is like Leon is
He's
great.
money. He's money.
He's like, yeah. I mean, I shouldn't compare the two. They're both different and they're both
They
equally
both stand
good.
on their own very well.
They both stand on their own very well. But anyways, you wanted to talk about maybe some other shows that we think that
Well, do
maybe
you want to talk about shows that were like just done that have just in the past, or you want to talk about something that has been canceled that we would like to bring back? Because there's a lot of shows.
Do we
that-
want to play this fake trailer? I think this is a fake trailer.
Oh, well, you want to get into it? Because I read that this is legit. So I heard that this Bel Air, which is going to come to streaming.
For some reason, you think this is a game. This is not a game.
And this looks good, by the way. I'm going to be honest with you.
I think a fan made this, though.
Look at you. Look at you.
I don't know, bro. It looks pretty good. I heard it was picked up for 2 seasons.
The only
Maybe fake
reason why
news?
you're
I don't
not
know.
in jail is because Uncle Phil called in a favor.
Like, this sounds more realistic than the show that was on TV that we saw.
Oh, it is. Yeah, this is like a drama.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's billed that it gets.
He's in the
Bel Air,
basketball. He's in the
Oh,
playground.
Nailed it. Anyways, I think it
Shooting
looks good.
some b-ball outside the school with a couple of guys.
But you know what? This does seem like
It's no good.
someone made this.
Someone did make it.
And it looks like even the clothes they're wearing and stuff is kind of.
So what I think happened was this guy Morgan Cooper or whatever, he made like a fan trailer of like what would like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air be if it was a serious drama?
Correct.
And it was really good. And then I think someone
picked it up now.
and then picked it up. And then they're like, yeah, they're gonna do this show.
That's fucking awesome.
I think that's great. I think that's a
it's
great idea.
awesome.
I think that's original. You know,
And
that's
shows,
creative.
That shows the people that create stuff, good things can happen from that, and that's why people always should be creating,
Right.
being creative,
Absolutely. I just watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure,
like the old one.
the old ones, because
Yeah,
they
I
had
watched
they
those
had
with
a,
my kids recently too.
they had a bundle on sale on Apple. On Apple.
original
Do you know
ones
how that concept all started? Because you wonder, like, how does that movie? Who pitches that movie? And then they're like, yeah, we got to make this. And then they think it's going to be good because that movie's iconic. I love Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I think it's a great
it
movie.
still stands up till today because my kids enjoyed it.
Yeah,
They liked it. They had a lot of questions, but they liked it.
So that was a stand-up routine that 2 guys had put together as an act. Like it was like what they were played Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
And then I guess they decided, hey, we could turn this maybe into a whole. They wrote a script and they and then they turned it into this movie. And now it turned into a franchise because they made a sequel.
And now
they just got a new one coming out like 30 years later. And so yeah, you're right. You could create something like that, Bill and Ted's. You would think maybe some people would even laugh at you, like, "Oh, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure sounds like a really fucking dumb movie," you know. And then it turns into this thing that just and it's iconic, and it like it's part of the culture.
Yeah.
And Keanu, I am a big fan of Keanu Reeves.
I laugh because everyone, even including myself,
Not because of his performance in that movie. I heard Keanu's just the nicest guy in the world.
super nice guy. I was going to say,
And
his
I love
acting
John
gets
Wick.
shit on all the time.
He gets shit on all the time. He's never won a major award. He never won
I
like
don't
a
think
serious
he's going
award.
to. Like, but think about the movies, The Matrix.
The
You just said
Matrix,
John Wick.
John Wick.
Like those are two really
Point
good
Break.
movies. Yeah.
Point
It's
Break,
really good.
Bill and Ted's.
Yeah, he's got a career.
Devil's Advocate.
I've had this argument with somebody before, and they're like, name a better actor. And then obviously you can name like a gazillion better actors.
Than Keanu?
Yeah.
Depends on what type of physical though, like the kind of action star he is. I mean, I've seen him. I just saw him at the gun range.
Matt Damon.
I don't think Matt Damon's that great of an actor.
Have you seen Born Identity?
Yeah. You know what he was good in?
He's kicking ass in that fucking movie.
He's pretty good. But Keanu does all his own weapons training. Like he handles those weapons like a real dude would.
You want to know why he might be a really nice guy?
Why?
Because he's Canadian.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a stereotype of ours, but I like that stereotype.
Yeah. He just seems like the kind of guy that I would be like, I just like him. He's just got a good soul. He's got a good energy.
He does. He seems like a really nice guy.
I like Keanu. I'm a big fan.
I do too. So do we roll into the shows? Like, do you have any shows that you thought of that you would like them to bring back? Canceled, not canceled, doesn't matter. Either they canceled it or it ran its course and you'd like to see them do it again.
I do. So here's a little bit of a list. And there was a show Louis C.K. made on HBO that ran for one season. I know he got
Life
canceled.
with Louis, wasn't it? No,
It's
Life
called-
with Louis is with Anderson.
No.
Louis Anderson.
No, this is called Lucky Louie.
Lucky Louie, that's it. Yeah.
This was called Lucky Louie, and
It got canceled?
it got canceled after one season. I pulled a clip of it.
Was it during the time of his when he was like jerking off in front of girls or
No,
something like
it
that?
was before that. It got canceled
Okay.
because I think it was a little ahead of its time. So he decided to make a show like Fourth Wall, like sitcom style.
Yep.
But do it on HBO where he could be dirty and do some pretty outlandish
Well,
things.
he has to. He's a comedian.
Yeah, I pulled this clip. Actually, this isn't the. There's a funnier clip. It's really dirty.
I've actually think I've seen this one. That one's pretty funny.
That one's pretty dirty. Yeah, that one's pretty funny. The why, where she keeps asking why.
Yeah.
And then there's this one where it's got Jim Norton in the park. This one's really funny.
This only ran for one season?
Only one season, and then they got canceled.
Interesting.
And then he got his other show, which is, I think it's just called Louie, right? On FX?
That was on FX. Yeah, that one ran for a little bit. I didn't watch either of these, by the way.
Papa, look what I found. Can I keep it?
I don't think so, Lucy. That's a cigarette butt.
That's a good find.
Come on, let her keep it.
Go wash your hands in the water fountain, okay?
Think that fountain's any cleaner? The same homeless she-male that smoked that cigarette probably washed her balls in that fountain.
Jim Norton's so creepy looking.
He's good in this show.
Man, this day blows. Kim was really bitching it up this morning.
What did you do?
Nothing. I don't think.
Must be PMS.
No, I know what that's like. That's coming next week. I'm looking forward to it after this shit.
She behaving erratically?
Yeah.
Did it come on suddenly?
Yeah.
Faggots have it easy, don't they?
His acting is so bad.
Okay. It's a good show. It's a good show. And so that got canceled. I always thought that was I would have liked to seen Louis do more with that. But I like what he did with Louis on the on FX.
Never watched it.
But it's got canceled because he got canceled. So there's no more of that. That's
He's
one.
back.
That's
He's
one
back.
show. That's
One
one
show.
show. I know you're going to name this How to Make It in America.
Yeah.
2 seasons.
Got canceled way too
Way
early.
too early. I've watched those first 2 seasons. I watched them during quarantine again. Both seasons
They're
again.
excellent.
They're excellent. And every time I finish watching that last season, I'm like, I want to see what happens next season.
And they fucked us.
And then they fuck you.
You should bring it back.
It'd be great.
Was that HBO? That was HBO.
HBO.
Yeah, bring that shit back.
I don't know why they pulled it. I mean, I don't know why it wasn't getting love. I mean,
It was excellent. Anybody that had seen that tells me it's excellent.
Here's one from the past that, I mean, I really enjoyed, and I don't know, it was really popular in the 90s, and I think it would be popular again today. Tales from the Crypt.
I actually remember that. I think that ran its course though, but
You don't think? I think that Crypt Keeper was great.
I think they could redo that at any time. They could bring it back 50 years from now because that character is still liked.
Yeah, and I mean, like they kind of did that with Black Mirror. Black Mirror is essentially Tales from the Crypt, kind of Twilight Zone-ish.
Tales of the Crypt was a little more cheesy, like slapstick, a little bit. Almost.
A little more horror. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good I don't know. Speaking of Tales from the Crypt, do you remember Freddy's Nightmare?
I do not.
Okay, so Freddy Krueger had a similar type show.
Oh, I did not know
called
that.
Freddy's Nightmare.
You bringing that back too?
No. Here's two more that Judd Apatow did that are excellent, but these are like early 2000s. Freaks and Geeks and Undeclared.
Freaks and Geeks was one season.
Yeah. and then I think they moved over to Undeclared because then they were like graduating high school.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
And I think that was like Undeclared was like they were in university, so it was like the same cast, but it was.
It must not have been as good or as revined or.
It got canceled once again after one season.
But Freaks and Geeks, people still talk about that show.
It's Linda Cardellini.
Well, all the actors
it had
that came out of it
Jason.
too, right?
What's his name? Stiegel. And
Steve. Is it Steve Siegel? Isn't it?
I thought it was Jason Stiegel.
It's Jason. Yeah, you're right, Jason.
And James Franco and Seth Rogen.
Yeah, had a good cast.
And who else? Martin Starr, who's in the show I love, Silicon Valley.
Oh,
he plays Guilfoyle.
That show's funny as shit.
He plays Guilfoyle. And like I was always wondering, I'm like, what happened to fucking that Starr kid? Because he was so good in Freaks and Geeks. He was such a good character actor. And then he turned into Guilfoyle, and Guilfoyle is a great character too.
No, you mentioned a couple that I'm
not done. I got a couple more.
Shit, how long is this a grocery
I got a couple more. Chappelle Show.
He chose to end that.
I know he chose to, but I want them
to come back. Yes,
bring it back.
I'm good with that.
I want him to do Chappelle Show again. Why not? Here's an old one. Maybe you don't remember this one. Quantum Leap.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Never seen this?
I've heard of it.
Concept of this show was this guy would take a quantum leap. He would end up in someone's body.
I'm retarded?
Okay? Like Scott, I think his name was, not Scott Baio.
Isn't that a movie called Frighteners? Where they jump into people's bodies or some shit like that?
This was not like you were a ghost. You weren't a ghost. He was like, if he looked in the mirror, he would see the person. And he's now living their life. Okay? And basically, he would live their life for like a day and then make their life like correct whatever was going on in their life. He would make something better, or you get stuck in a situation.
That's
and then
nice
once he would solve the situation, he'd jump into someone else's body.
Like he was a problem solver. He was like the wolf.
Kinda. But I think
Quantum Wolf.
But I think he was just trying to get home. Like he was taking all these quantum leaps, just trying to get back home. Kind of like that the show. There's another show called Sliders. I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Little Jerry O'Connell.
I didn't watch that shit either.
I like those concept of shows. I don't know why I like those. And then American Gladiators was the other one.
You probably got a lot of people's vote on that one because people still talk about that show, and they did reboot that, by the way.
I mean,
it wasn't as good, the reboot.
You've got children. Is Saturday mornings as good as it was when we were kids?
We don't even. That's not even a thing. Saturday morning.
Saturday morning is not, because remember how good Saturday mornings were with Saved by the Bell.
Yeah,
and then you had had all the cartoons, and then you had American Gladiators.
Wasn't that Sunday?
I think American Gladiators is Saturdays.
Okay.
I don't, maybe I'm wrong, but American Gladiators, yeah, great show. I don't know why they don't bring it back.
See, my thing with the ones, though, I would like to bring back, most of them are newer, because I feel like all the newer ones got canceled that I liked. I want to see Hello Ladies, which I don't know if you watched or didn't watch. I like that. But they summed it up
Ricky
with a movie.
Gervais's writing partner, what's his name?
The guy with
Steve
the
Merchant.
tall guy with the glasses.
Steve Merchant, very funny.
They made a movie, and the movie was just as good. It summed up. They gave him the chance to sum up what didn't get summed up on the show.
You know why that show doesn't work? Because of Stephen Merchant.
Because he's so tall and lanky.
He's just not. Yeah, he can't like Ricky Gervais.
He's a funny guy though.
He's very funny. He's very funny, and that's why he's probably better as a writing partner to Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais isn't very handsome, but he's likable. People like watching him. You look at Steve Merchant. I like watching Steve Merchant, but he's odd looking.
Was though that he was a goofy guy. They had a hard time, and he was in love with him. Anyways,
I get it.
Like that show. I thought
get
it was
it,
great, and I thought the movie was good too.
I'm not sure why. I don't know how HBO makes those decisions based on is it people watching? I don't even know how they know.
It's got to be
because it's all subscribers. So how do they even fucking know who's watching?
Or could be streaming it for free. I mean, you're gonna like this one, The Dice Show. Can't believe that. Fucking guy. It was getting better.
Dice's second season is better than his first season.
It was 2 seasons. The first season's good though.
And I'll be honest, we talked about this. Larry David stole like 2 of his bits on that show. 2 of the storylines.
Oh yeah, recently. Remember I called it out, and then you were like, "Oh yeah." What was that one? Or where they did the guy with Brody played
Brody when he was
Dice.
He was shadowing Dice. And
I
he was trying
remember
to play
I said
Dice.
we've seen this before.
Yes.
When we were watching the Curb Book because we were laughing at how funny it was.
And I can't remember.
John Hamm played David.
I shouldn't have brought up 2 because I know there's another one, but I can't remember what it is.
But that
right now.
one's dead ringer, and I was like, "Fuck, that's the Dice bit."
That's a Dice bit.
It was so good.
Yeah, Dice. Honestly, I think Dice could have had a great show. I don't know why
They canceled that.
they canceled it. I don't know.
I don't know. You didn't watch this, but I'm a big Evil Dead watcher. But Ash vs. the Evil Dead got canceled as well.
I never seen it,
and I was upset. But they kind of ended on a note where it kind of was leading to a second season.
Was Bruce Campbell in it?
Yeah, he was the lead actor. It was Bruce. He was in there kicking ass, and it was awesome.
You'd almost think it's hard to get Bruce Campbell because he's in nothing but Evil Dead movies.
He's fucking awesome. He's in Spider-Man, bro.
Oh yeah, he's in Spider-Man.
Anyways, there's a couple other shows.
Sam Raimi's the only one that
we
cast
had
him, though.
this debate earlier before we brought this up on the show because we like to go through our rundown quickly before the show. I would like to see some kind of Sopranos reunion.
I mean,
I want to know what they're up to. What are the kids doing? Are they in jail? Are they on smack?
I don't
like
think
to know.
I don't think David Chase would ever do it.
I agree with you.
And I don't know if HBO has the legal authority to do such.
Well,
a
they're
thing.
making a prequel, I believe, a movie of Tony. Someone's going to play Tony as a younger man.
That's a great idea.
I agree.
That's a great idea because Gandolfini, you can't have someone replace Gandolfini to play Tony.
Well, he's dead. We all know that. Black screen.
But I'm just saying, like, if you were to like say, oh, they're gonna do a recap of or an update of Sopranos, like let's say Tony didn't die in the last episode, which we know he did. Okay, let's say he didn't. Okay,
They've confirmed that he did.
And then they recast him. No one would like that.
No, I wouldn't like that either.
No one would like because
Anyway, we debated on this. I would just want to know what everybody's up to, and I love that show. That's why. Another one, which obviously, Poke Football rules, would be Married with Children. I would love for them to bring it back, but the problem is I don't think it would fly today.
You know what? So we're gonna play some clips right now. I was watching these clips. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's actually it's more fat jokes than it is like.
Well, the reason why it wouldn't fly today,
it's a little misogynist.
He's a chauvinist.
Yeah,
he picks on fat people. He picks on women. I mean, he picks on his neighbor all the time for like not having a chest and calls her a chicken.
You know what though? It's funny though. Like you used to be
that's not acceptable nowadays.
But it's weird. Like you used to be able to do that stuff through a character because it's a character. It's not like an actual person doing this to real people. It's a character.
But
it's make believe.
everybody's so offended so easily, so they don't like it.
Like, I mean, like think about a movie where, someone's playing Hitler and they say,
American History S. Ed Norton, he's a fucking racist.
Yeah, he says the N-word, he says horrible things in it. He's playing a character though. It's like you can say not so nice things if it's for art. I mean, it's like we need to be able to show those dark sides of life. You need to be able to show the underbelly.
I think
to bring awareness to it. Otherwise, I mean, what are we doing here?
It's the outcry of the way he treats women. That would be.
And
the
I think it's because it's comedy.
Yeah,
it's like no one wants to laugh at someone getting made fun of.
Everyone thinks that's a problem. Making fun of fat women and all this is all. But play this shit.
But try not to laugh at this.
Yeah,
Excuse me, but am I invisible?
Possibly from Pluto. Somebody call the police.
What for?
This is one
the
of my
car costs more than the car.
Yes, and it costs more than the condom I should have used the night you were conceived.
I want a balloon.
You've already got one.
Honey, why don't you just stay home
Peggy's
and
hot,
bowl me over?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
when I was a kid, I used to not think so. I'm like, I get why he would turn her down and like never want her to touch him and stuff.
She looked good.
Al was a pretty horny dude. He was a horny guy in the show, but he never wanted to.
He just
never
didn't
wanted
want his wife. That was the joke. He always wanted all these other women, but
I'm looking at her. I'm like, she's hot. She's sexy. Look at that. She's got curves.
He was
pretty
like
face.
the stereotype male of like the 70s and 80s that they portrayed in the late 80s on TV. She stayed home, was the housewife. He went to work at some crummy job. His kids came home, didn't appreciate him. It was like a whole like shitty stereotype. He was shot in Chicago like a hardworking man.
Yeah. Well, it was a Fox show, and Fox always.
This was their first show.
Yeah, and Fox broke the mold when it came to cable TV because all sitcoms prior to this were like nice families. There was like Leave It to Beaver. There's no toilets. Like the Brady Bunch, You know, like like it was. It was everything was idyllic. You know, idealistic. It was a utopian kind of white picket fence, that kind of thing. And then this show was like, listen, most Americans can't relate to this idyllic.
Well, even this was
family
a little
situation.
ahead of its time. He had like all the had all the.
And so they went the total opposite way. They went to like this miserable guy who's got this messed up kind of family. You know, he's got a daughter who's promiscuous. He's got a son who's a bum, kind of a loser.
A white rapper.
Yeah, and then a wife who's kind of like sits at home and
eating bonbons and watching Jerry Springer.
And he's a shoe salesman. He's miserable.
He hates himself.
But they make fun of it and it's funny.
But I think he scored 3 touchdowns in one game.
That's true. That was his claim to fame, right? You want to watch more of this?
But Peg, I prefer a place where my balls are returned promptly. Well, mercy, congratulations. I didn't know you were expecting.
Well, that jumping must have expanded my foot.
And I see you must have fallen on your butt a time or two.
How dare you say that to my face?
Well, I'd say it behind your back, but my car's only got half a tank again.
Oh, my God.
That's very touching, honey. Now rub my feet.
Peg, I wouldn't rub your feet if a genie popped out of them.
He's very quick.
Well, I mean, it's written for him, but
very quick. Do you want to play any more of this? Or?
No, we get the idea of it. It's
Yeah.
great, though. Everybody should go back and watch the show. It's funny as shit. I would like to see this brought back, though, but I don't think it would be able to go. I don't think.
I mean, yeah, it would be a milder, like vanilla.
Well, then we're defeating the purpose. If Al can't be Al, it just
what's the point?
Yeah, it just doesn't fly.
I get
There's
you.
no other version. There's no nice guy version of Al.
No.
Anyways, you know what we forgot to bring up earlier?
What's that?
That we have an angel in our town.
Oh.
We're supposed to call him very shortly. Do we want to take a break? Should we let the crowd know that we have?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got old friend of ours. We grew up with.
Yeah.
I grew up with Frankie. I know him.
I almost
a long
forgot.
time.
We forgot to bring that in at the beginning of the show.
That's true. Yeah. Should we just like?
Well, we're gonna call him. So we got an angel in town coming up. We're gonna take a break to give him a call, get set up for the phone call. But yeah, we got Frankie from Biggins Landscaping phoning in, and we're gonna chop it up with him.
Frankie Biggins.
Hello, sir.
Who's this?
It's going to be hard to see. That people can see you. We're just using you on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
So what's up, buddy?
What's up, boys? Not too much. Just chilling.
Yeah. Welcome to Angels Live in My Town.
Well, thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure.
Yes.
Oh,
you
you're
are
very welcome.
an angel in our town now as our segment.
Yeah, apparently I am.
Yes. So you've started something now, or you've been starting. I just got an invite. What it was is that on Facebook, I got a like request to, what is it, Biggins Landscaping?
Yeah.
That's what made me call you or get in contact with you. So is this something new you just started, or you've been doing and now you're just trying to advertise more?
I'm starting to advertise more. I started this right when COVID hit because things were slowing down at work. And one of the first things that opened back up was landscaping. So I jumped on that train and took advantage of it. And it turned out to be pretty good so far. So yeah, it's been a few months now. It's been going good. It's nice working for myself.
Yeah, that's exciting, right? You know, a little entrepreneurship.
Yeah, absolutely.
What kind of stuff do you do in your business, Frank?
A little bit of everything, like interlocking brick, ponds, gardens, rock walls, grading, sodding, seeding, and anything that has to do with the outside of someone's yard. I try to stay away from like the carpentry and the concrete stuff, but like interlocking brick and all that kind of stuff, that's what I'm the best at, I would say.
So you said you had a previous job, so you were in something else and then you totally switched lanes, or it was similar to this?
Well, so, I mean, I've been doing landscaping ever since I went to university. I went to university for horticulture in Guelph, and I worked for a whole bunch of different landscaping companies doing all kinds of stuff. And then the last job I had was working in the quarries, like bulk earth moving and stuff like that. So the last 5 years I was operating like huge equipment, which was a good experience for doing this stuff. I mean, now I can run a bulldozer and all that kind of stuff. So that definitely adds to the repertoire. For sure. So, it was not quite landscaping, but it was still equipment operating, and they kind of go hand in hand, right? So,
yeah, for sure.
It's all good.
Do you have like, is it just you or is there a team? Is there a whole team of landscapers?
I started it for now, just me. But I have a couple buddies who, like, with the whole situation, are currently unemployed or part-time. So if I need a couple helpers, I can call some people in. And then I got a couple other buddies who have their own landscaping businesses as well. So I'll work together with them on some projects and vice versa. So we all kind of help each other out. We got a little network going on.
So what is do you have a strategy on how you're going to attack this and how you're going to make yourself, like, the biggest landscaping company in Niagara?
I don't even know if I want to be the biggest landscaping company. I'm just happy doing my thing.
Because
right?
when you're on top, motherfuckers want to bring you down.
Well, that's exactly it. Everybody's
you want to get too big.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when hey, he's an asshole. He's charging too much.
Right. Yeah. No, you don't want none of that. Like, I mean, like,
used
for
to be
now,
about the music.
Yeah. No, I'm just for now. I'm just trying to keep it simple and see where it goes. And if it goes somewhere and gets a little bit bigger, that's fine. But I mean, I don't want to have like a company with 30 some odd employees. Like, I'm happy to like max out at like maybe 5-6 employees at some point, and just kind of keep things manageable. Like, if you get too big, then it's a lot to take on, and then it takes you away from what you like. I actually like doing the work, right? It's creative, it's artistic. Like, when someone gives you like a clean backyard and they're like, I want to make this something special, you do a design, you do all the work. It's like art, right? And I like being hands-on. So I don't really want to be the guy in the office, like, just doing quotes and just doing paperworks and making sure everyone's busy and dealing with problems. I don't really want to get to that point if I can avoid it. I like being out there.
Yeah, I remember you always being a pretty creative guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned that during COVID, business increased.
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
people want their backyard done. I can.
But now that they're home, wouldn't they just do it themselves?
People are lazy, and plus, he might have a skill set that some people can't do.
Right.
Yeah. Sure. Some people can't do it themselves. I mean,
older people.
Can you lay an interlock driveway, Mike? Can you just do that yourself?
I think you can figure it out.
He's clever.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I think there's always a will, there's a way, and YouTube is very helpful.
I'm pretty sure you can learn anything on YouTube nowadays.
Yeah. Well, you can. That doesn't mean you're going to be good at it when you do it.
Well, no, not at your point. Not at your first chance. Maybe the second or third.
I mean, I can learn how to play the piano on YouTube, but I'm not going to be good at it for a while.
No, it takes practice. That's like anything in life.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember this, Anuns, but I was in Mrs. Anderson's grade 3 class.
Fuck. You know what? I do remember now that you mention it. It was funny. Farad mentioned something on Facebook
on our Angels in Our Town
that he doesn't
page,
remember this play at all.
He must have been the cow.
And I'm like, I couldn't remember, was he in my class or not? But I do remember you being in my class. And did you have a part in that play?
I did. I had a part. Right above the stage, there was that sign that said Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah.
I painted the word "the." that was my part in it, and I mean, I was like a stagehand kind of guy. You guys like were doing stuff on the stage. I think I was backstage slamming pogs or something like that.
I know a lot of kids didn't participate in that play.
Yeah.
That was the whole point.
Yeah.
That was the whole point.
Yeah. No, but I have some memories. Like, if you need some clarification on what happened, like, I do remember some things.
We were trying to put this whole thing to bed.
I figured you were. Well, we don't have to go.
All right. Well, what do you remember? Just out of curiosity, what do you remember?
No, I remember all picking all the parts out of the bowl and stuff.
Yeah,
right. Picking all the names. And Sean got the giant, and Saul got Jack, and everything else was filled up. And I do remember you were fairly disappointed,
right? Because
you always since you were a kid, you wanted to be an actor. Right?
I know that
I wanted
to be an actor, yeah.
I know, and I actually have proof of that. I have a grade 5 yearbook where it says when you grow up, you want to be an actor.
That's true.
So,
that's hilarious.
Yeah. So I remember Mike being upset with Sean, and I remember them too, because Sean was running around yelling "fee fi fo fummy" for like the next month after this.
He's still yelling that, actually.
I know.
That's funny.
And Mike was upset with Sean, and he's like, I would be a better giant than you, and all this and that, and just like kind of putting him down, saying, I'm better for the part.
It was more so Jack. I wanted to play Jack. I liked Sean for the giant.
You told Saul to go back to El Salvador. You were pissed.
Jeez. He's from Guatemala. He's from Guatemala. I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying go back to El Salvador. But I don't know. We watched the play recently, Frankie, and his performance was really weak. I mean, he had.
He was in grade 3 and he was learning English.
Well, maybe he should have painted "the" on the sign then.
Yeah,
that was Mike's point. He said it should have went to someone that could have handled the role instead of drawing
that
from
was
a
gonna
hat.
really embrace it. Like he didn't even look like he wanted to do it. He was just
you want to include everybody though. But I remember when I watched the episode and Mrs. Anderson said that we wrote the story all as a class. We wrote the story, and believe it or not, Mike, I remember this. Yeah. You are the one who came up with the mailman role, and you said I should play it because it was my idea. So you made yourself a part in that play.
So that's interesting. I don't remember that.
You made yourself a part in this play. And Mrs. Anderson already threw out the bowl with all the names in it. She's like, okay, Mike, whatever. You want to be in the play, you can be a mailman. And that's how you got the part.
See, she said that she created
He's
a
got
role
a sharper
to make
memory than I do. I don't remember like
Miss
that.
Anderson didn't remember that either.
I thought she was like, oh, we got to have Mike in the play.
Do you think we can get a reunion of your class of anybody that wants to come in and sit on like a round table?
I don't want every episode. I don't want every episode to be about this fucking
No, just
play.
one time. We're gonna send it out there.
I only brought it up because I was there and it brought back memories, right?
Oh, I figured some people in our circle would see it that remembered
That's what we were
it.
hoping for.
Yeah.
Anyways, hey
Well, thanks
Frankie,
for the insight.
I know you said you got
good.
your kids over and you only have so much time. You ready for we do a thing with all our angels in our town? It's a little quiz, Family Feud style. You get 30 or 35 seconds, Mike. 35?
35, which I think is too much.
Okay.
If you could speed up reading the questions.
It's my reading. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm going to read you the questions. They're very, very simple. If you don't like it, you can pass. And we'll come back and answer. Anyways, we ready to roll here?
All right. And
let's do it.
time.
What is the name of the book about a friendship between a pig named Wilbur and a spider named Charlotte?
Charlotte's Web.
What city was the first to be attacked by an atomic bomb?
Hiroshima.
White spruce, white pine, white birch are types of what?
Trees.
A caterpillar changes and grows into what?
Butterfly.
If you have to eat someone, who would it be?
Mike Annunziata, for sure. For sure. Look at the meat on them bones, man. That'd feed me
Buddy,
for,
he's
I'd
looking
feed my family
jacked
for a
here,
month.
bro. He's looking jacked.
That'd feed my family for a month.
Yeah, I'm well marbleized. I'm like Kobe beef. I massage. I get a lot of massages.
All right, well let's sum up this.
Yeah, it would be tasty, probably. That was quick. That was quick.
Yeah, I mean,
that was
obvious.
quick.
I didn't mess around. I was right to the end.
He got well into time. He did it in 30 seconds.
It was good reading.
And that's 5 for 5. I'm pretty sure. You got
Charlotte's Web
I
is
get
correct.
a bonus for being under time, right?
Hiroshima.
I get like 6 out of 5?
So far, you can do the best out of anyone.
Correct.
I think.
No, the butcher got 5 out of 5 too. But he literally only had.
He only had 25 seconds.
He had 25 seconds, but 3 were legitimate questions and 2 were like personal questions.
Yeah.
So you got Charlotte's Web, you got Hiroshima, you got the trees, you got Butterfly, and obviously the last one's personal. So.
Oh, yeah, I got that one.
I think Mike. I usually run these questions through Mike, and I think Mike's gotten actually with every angel. I run every question by Mike first. He's gotten every single one right. And
I don't know. I think they're pretty
I asked
easy.
him who the question, the last one. If you have to eat someone, who would it be? He said Adele. And what was your reasoning, Mike?
Because she looks like a jelly donut.
Yeah. I just said a nuns because I can see him in the screen and I'm kind of hungry right now. So
that's
it
nice.
Works out.
That's what all the women say too.
Fry that up, huh?
Yeah, right on, bud.
All right, buddy. Well, anyways, do you have anything to promote? Plug like a phone number, website, Facebook page, anything you want to say to everybody?
If check out Biggins Landscaping. Facebook page is probably the easiest way to get me. Just send me a message through there, and I'll get a hold of you within a short period of time.
Absolutely. Well, we'll include a link to your Facebook page.
That'd be awesome.
In the post. Yeah, man. And well, Frankie, good luck to you, man. I've known you a long time. We were good. We were really close friends when we were kids.
And Ghostbusters all the way.
We played Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget. It was one of the worst days of my life when I went to your birthday party.
Here we go.
I went to your birthday party. You remember that? And I was like, I don't remember what grade, but I had my brand new Reebok pumps on, and I slipped and fell in your pond.
Yep.
And I ruined my sneakers, and it ruined the day, and it was like one of the worst things that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, I remember that.
This was in grade 2.
No, what grade was that, Frankie? What grade was that? Was it grade 4, grade 3? Was that grade 3?
Grade 3 was a bad year for you, if that's the case.
No, I think it was probably around grade 4, give or take. It was around grade 4.
I think it was grade 4, grade 5, maybe.
Yeah, it was after Jack and the Beanstalk for sure.
Yeah, because pumps didn't come out until like 90.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it
I
was
think we were in grade 3.
89, 89, 90.
Yeah. Grade 3 was 93.
Really?
Ish.
Holy shit. You're 10 in grade 3?
What the fuck? No. You're not 10 in grade 3.
No.
Well, look here. Look. yearbook, grade 5 yearbook.
How does he even
94,
have that?
94.
Dude, I fucking
grade 5
remember
yearbook.
that. I fucking
Look at this.
remember
Look
that
at
shit.
Look at this. Mike Annunziata here. I don't know if you can see Mike Annunziata right in the top.
Yeah.
Did you guys have to draw yourself?
Yeah, you did.
That's a very
we
good
had to draw
character,
ourselves.
actually.
Yeah. Name, Mike Annunziata, ambition, director / movie star, favorite sport, basketball, favorite food, Chinese. He was cultured back in grade 5. Favorite movie, In the Line of Fire. Like,
Get
really?
the fuck
Mike,
outta
grade
here.
5? In the Line of Fire.
He probably never even saw it.
That wouldn't even
That's
make my top
hilarious.
5 right now.
He probably never even saw it.
Wouldn't make my top 10.
Your wish was to be famous, and you made it, man. You got your own show. You're directing, acting in your own show, man. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, that's all I had to do was create my own show.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, you never
That's
know.
it.
You know, this is a launch pad, is what I'm as far as I'm concerned.
No, hey, you got to get yourself out there one way or another. Get your face out there, right? I enjoy it, man. Clayton and I were doing that big hairy thing for a little while.
I wanted to ask you about that.
Some content, some funny stuff. That was enjoyable. I like being on camera for that.
Why did that end?
Yeah, what happened with that?
You know what? Just me starting my business and COVID and everything just kind of slowed down the time we had to film and everything.
Man,
so we kind of put it on there. We might fire it back up.
Man,
it's
fuck
not
COVID.
necessarily done.
Fuck COVID.
Yeah.
COVID actually that enabled us to kind of start this.
Yeah, this is the only reason we started this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we were going out and doing a lot of food reviews and stuff like that and whatever, right? And that put a damper on that and everything. And so we kind of put it on the back burner. But we had a lot of stuff going on in our lives too that kind of got in the way. So we might bring it back. We'll see.
Listen, if you want to do Big Hairy Review, we could feature it on Angels Live in My Town.
Yeah, we'll cross promote.
Yeah.
We'll do the same.
Yeah, we might do that. Maybe we'll have you guys on Big Hairy Review.
That's easy.
There you go.
We got
Cross
still got a
collab.
following. I think we had like 500 something followers or something on there for a while. It was going pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Not bad for a spoof.
It takes time to grow. So great. Thanks for coming on the show,
Yes, thank
Frankie.
you. Thank you for being an angel in our town.
And
Thanks
good luck
for
to
having
you.
me, boys.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
luck, man.
Take
Thanks,
care, bud.
boys.
See you, Frankie.
Good luck.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye-bye. There we go. No, he's still there.
I don't know how to hang up. Oh, here it is. Wait, am I still on?
Yeah,
Am I still on? Did I say anything inappropriate? No.
No.
No. Okay, there you go.
All right. Anyways, that was Frankie and from Biggins Landscaping. Check out his Facebook page is basically what he said. Message him there for, I'm assuming, business. Correct?
Business.
Anyways, so this was a good show.
Thanks, Frankie.
Yeah, I mean,
thanks for joining us this week.
Yeah, and I'll see you next week.
We got some good guests. We want to talk. No.
Oh well, we don't know if we got some good on the upcoming. We got some bars. We got some musicians.
Yes.
Local musicians.
We
got some things coming up on the burner, so stay tuned,
Wrestling
guys.
promoters.
I can't wait for that one. Everybody subscribe and share, please.
And follow. Yeah, share,
anything.
follow. Do whatever
Especially if you
do.
like what we're doing. Don't just like it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Go follow and subscribe and do whatever.
Yeah.
Share it out. Thank you.
Share it out.
This was fun. Good show today. I had a good time.
Hope everyone else enjoyed it.
Poke football rules. All right, buddy. See you.
I like your name a lot.